I've had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trev 2323. Today we are getting this out of here, our grill with our 2 propane tanks, and we are getting the boat out the water. We live in the Midwest, so the temperature is supposed to drop out by next week, the middle of next week. Today's my day off, and my honey's getting ready right now, so we're gonna go ahead and unbutton the boat. Shh, don't tell my kids, they don't know about it yet. And we're pulling the boat out today to put it in the backyard. Now yesterday, me, my daughter Steph, and Rigo Eagle jumped in the water and did the video underwater with the 721. Now I jumped the gun on the 721. Let me explain the 721 to you. For one, if you leave your boat in the marina, it should be bottom painted. Correction, I have a couple friends at the boat, and they seen how good this 721 got the bottom off the boat, and one guy said that he kind of wishes he didn't paint the bottom of his boat. He used this wax. He says because every 3 years he has to sand and repaint the boat. He couldn't believe how easy it was for me to get the algae off the boat with this wax. So I wax it myself every year, but I don't got a 30-footer, you know. But he said that he's seen how easy it was to get the algae off with this VS721 wax, and he says that he would rather have used that. My boat is not bottom painted, it's an M hull. You got bottom paint on your boat, you don't have to worry about the algae buildup. Okay, it's a newer boat, I haven't painted the bottom yet, so I gotta worry about algae buildup. So with the VS721, I jumped the gun and said it didn't work yesterday in the beginning of the video. Now let me show you this. The sun is hitting this side of the boat. The sun is not hitting that side of the boat, okay? So the water levels go up and down. So where the sun hits this side of the boat and the water level goes up and down or whatever, or the sun bakes the algae on this side of the boat, it was so much harder to get the algae off of this side of the boat because it's sun baked, okay? Now with the 721 on the bottom of the boat and with the 721, the VS721 on this side of the boat, came off super easy. From the bottom of the boat, I just wiped and it came off. This side of the boat in the shade, I just wiped and it came off. Okay, the one that gave me the hard time was the one that was in the sun, that gets sun baked on. That gave me a little bit of trouble. Still using VS721. Let's get this unbuttoned. I gotta go for some gas. I got rid of my van, I got rid of the big girl, so I'm actually renting a U-Haul to get this out the water today. YouTube dreaming, baby. I hope my sound is working because I had the camera underwater yesterday. But yes, I'm going to top it off to fill it up with gas before the end of the season. People say, well, empty your tank out with gas. I believe I'm filling it up with gas, okay? So I always say, put your bumpers on wherever you know your gas side is gonna be on, because where you're gonna pull in and that's gonna be there, you need to put your bumpers on ahead of time so you're not struggling at the last minute. Now also, why I believe you should fill up with gas is because look, in the sun right there, that's the gas line. That's the gas line right there. Okay, so when people run their gas lines completely dry, you'll run out all the gas before the end of the season. You know, you're gonna get water in it, run out all the gas before the end of the season. Well, that gas line, that rubber hose has no fluid in it. So when it sits, even if it's cold out and it's baking in the sun, it gets sun baked and it dries out and cracks your fuel line. That's why I believe to put fuel treatment, fuel stabilizer, top it off. You top it all the way off before you run it, okay? Then you put your, they have Marine 360 or stable fuel stabilizer. Now I'm going to Cabela's. They're gonna shrink wrap it, winterize it, and everything for me, but I'm gonna be washed and waxed and everything. All the seat covers are gonna come off before that happens. When I store my boat, I have it shrink wrapped, but there are no seat covers. There's nothing in the bunks, there's nothing, they're completely empty, because if you leave this cover like this, what it's gonna do is the sun is gonna heat up the top and the shade's gonna be on the bottom, and you're still gonna get condensation. Now when you have your boat shrink wrapped, they put air vents and they put moisture packets inside of here to absorb all that condensation. That condensation will kill your boat just as if you run your gas tank dry all the way. top that sucker up, run fuel stabilizer. Even a week or two before you're gonna take it out, run fuel stabilizer. It'll keep your gas line from freezing. And if you have more fluid in your gas tank, that's less room for condensation buildup. Now I'm gonna top it off. Then I know I'm gonna take it there. They're gonna put fuel stabilizer. They're gonna run it for 15 or 20 minutes with the cups on the bottom to make sure it don't overheat. And then it's gonna get fuel stabilizer through my whole gas system and keep them hoses good. All right, let's see what else. I'm just getting ready to button it up to leave right now. Before I leave out, I got a big screw like this on the top. I got a big screw on the bottom. I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna get the screw out the bottom. So these are just gonna be hanging. And then I'm just getting everything ready because I'm renting a U-Haul. So by the time the U-Haul comes, everything is ready where I can just pull it there and pull it out. See, you people that live in the southern states, you are spoiled where you don't have to worry about this. If you have a boat, yes, it is like moving twice a year. In the Midwest, you move all your stuff to the marina, and at the end of the season, you have to pack everything up and move everything back out the marina. Not only that, with a boat, you think you got enough storage in your garage? Well, you know what? You got to put all this stuff that's on the boat somewhere. So actually, extra plastic storage bins on the side of the house or the side of the garage really help. Also, now that since I don't got the big girl, my Astrovan, marina season wouldn't officially be over because we still have the grill here, we still have the table on the dock and everything over here, we still have the sunshade. But since I didn't purchase a new van yet, I got to go ahead and get the grill out of here on the same day that the boat's getting out of here, so I can put it in the back of the pickup truck that I'm renting from U-Haul. But if you have your own truck to move in and out, just because the boat's coming out, we still got the sunshade, you still got the table, the chairs in the bin, the grill over there. You still have marina life because you still could cook out and grill out and everything over here at the marina. And it's like being in the city but not being in the city. It is very relaxing with the water. Okay, we're at the last time at the fuel dock. Gonna top it off. There's our slip right there. Now you have to make sure you pay your fees, because if not, you're not gonna have the same slip next year. When you're coming out, make sure you have your hand on this throttle, because when you're spinning like that, you got to be able to control your boat so you don't skid off the other boats right there. Let's see what else at the end of the season. This is the end of the season. You can see with the trees changing and everything else. This right here is actually a machine to get the algae out the water. You know, you got to give yourself time to winterize. There's other people that they can stay in longer because they have the money. They pay somebody to come get their boat, to come get it out the water, to wash it, wax it, winterize it, and everything else. I'm the guy that's on the budget, so I gotta get it out the water soon enough so I can wax it. And why you think, why do you gotta wax your boat and it's gonna be the winter time? Well, because the sun can still bake and fade your paint. That's why you gotta wax your boat in the winter time. You know, people say that you gotta pressure wash it right here at the marina, pressure wash it at the marina, because if you get that algae time to dry, that it's like a rock to get off, which I believe it, because the VS721 on the side that the algae was there in the sun, it was harder to get off than on the other side. So when I take it home, I'm like really close to the marina, so I'm gonna take it home and then I'm gonna pressure wash it after I take the U-Haul back. But I got Mother's Caranuba, the foaming, so I'm taking all the seats off, I'm taking everything out the boat. Well, for today I'm just Mother Caranuba in the bottom of the boat and where the algae sits. I'm gonna use Mother's Caranuba. I'm gonna foam all that and let it sit really good so it could get into that algae, and then I'm gonna pressure wash it. But other people that got far travels, they pressure wash it as soon as they take it out so the algae doesn't bake onto their boat or the wind don't dry the algae on their boat. Dang it, and this is why you should always have your marine radio with you. I didn't bring my marine radio because I'm staying within the marina, but they're doing construction out here, so I'm hoping I can squeeze by. But if you have your marine radio, you could contact them, whoever they are, wherever they're at. They have their channel listed on the back of whatever they are they're working at, and they do get out your way. But okay, there's fine, I can get out the way. They're pushing the barge right now, so I'm able to squeeze through right there. But if they're pushing the barge straight ahead, I might not be able to squeeze by where I gotta wait. All right, I just have my boat on. I don't got my fish finder on or my depth sounder, so I got to kind of monitor my boat. The wind's blowing this way right here, close to the rocks. It's a little bit shallower, but they're pushing the barge all the way out because they're working on the break wall. So I got to kind of dance the boat around in between with the wind blowing to squeeze in between the fuel, the piers over there to get to the fuel dock. But they're working right now, and if they were standing still, there's a number on the back of the thing that says, okay, call this number for them to move, and you got to wait for them to move out your way, which they will. But right now they're just pushing one barge completely out, so it's going pretty quick. So I just got to wait to get to the fuel dock to get back here. I'm leaving the boat unbuttoned, and then we're running to get the U-Haul, pick up the trailer, and come back and grab the boat and the grill. All right, so we're coming around to the fuel dock. Normally there's somebody out there, so if you don't be intimidated if you're fueling up your boat for the first time, because there is somebody always here to help you at the marina. You're paying your marina fees, and there's people that work at the marinas, and they are the nicest people ever normally, because I mean, you're keeping them employed, and you know they're really super nice people at the marina. As a matter of fact, mostly everybody at the marina is here to help you. So even if you're pulling in by yourself, if there's people out there, all I gotta do is throw them the lines, and they're right there. I have the pole also, but so I'm coming in for gas right now, and I'm by myself, and there, you know, there's a channel that you could call them, or you could just beep and they come out to meet you. They come out to meet you, and then you just throw them the ropes and they tie you off. So I swear at the end of the season, if you're gonna run your boat, premium gas, because it takes longer to freeze, and then they're gonna put the fuel stabilizer in it. So I swear by premium gas. I know some of you got the big 200-gallon tanks where you're probably not gonna put premium gas in them, but I got my 12-gallon tank where I'm topping it. I put premium gas in it all the time. So here we are, we're pulling up to the fuel dock right now. They're already outside waiting for me. I did my little beep, and then they're outside waiting for me. I'm gonna hand them the ropes, and they're gonna tie me off. We're gonna put some gas in. I told you, everybody's super nice. They tied me off over here, gave me everything, turned it on. So everybody's super nice. So don't be scared to come to the fuel dock. When you come to the fuel dock, you have the nicest people ever here that'll help you. So if you don't, this is your first time at the fuel dock, don't be nervous. They tied me off right here. I got premium gas that I'm putting in. It's the end of the season, and we're gonna put some fuel stabilizer. It's end of season. All our buddies are here. Sorry guys, not gonna see you anymore this year. All those were little yellow ducklings. We got to know all of them. There were little yellow ducklings towards the beginning of the season, and here they are. Super nice, waiting for food. Let me tell you though, if you throw something in to feed them, you're gonna have a gazillion here, so don't do it. Not only that, they crap all over your boat. I'm telling you, everybody is the nicest ever. 98% of the people that you come through at the marina are just the nicest people ever, and they'll always be able to help you, give you some advice, give you some pointers. You know, I got this. It's a 16-foot boat, 19-foot length overall. It's a little bit wider than a standard boat because it's a deck boat. So, you know, of course you're gonna have some people feel that, you know what, you're not equal to them or whatever because they got 40 or 60-foot yachts or whatever. I really could care less about that. You know what, I'm happy. I always say this fits in my pocketbook, this fits in my backyard, and this fits in my marina slip, and stress-free is for me. You know, I don't want any stress. I don't want to be making barely minimum payments. I don't want, stress-free is for me. So this is where I'm at. And like I said, you know, I just fueled up right now, had a nice conversation. Me and the lady at the fuel dock, she helped tie me off and everything. I gave her a tip. Always tip your marina people. They're helping you tie off, they're helping you everything. They're doing your pump out, they're doing, always, you know, go ahead and tip them. And you know, if they do the pump out of the if they do the pump out of your septic, you tip them more because they're doing the pump out of your septic. You know, they actually could flush your septic out, and you know, if you're you know, you sometimes it costs extra to do extra flushes on your septic system, but they can do it, you know, and it's your septic system. You should tip them. All right, either way, I'm headed back in right now by myself. I'm gonna dock this by myself and get ready to get it out the water. I got 1 hour to go get my U-Haul, and that's it for the season. Oh, we'll still be doing our walks here. Me and my honey take an evening walk over to Marina and everything, but by mid next week in the Midwest, the temperature is supposed to drop out, so that's why we're trying to just get this out the water now, because I'm gonna wash and wax the bottom and everything before I have to shrink wrap. Man, I wish they would just make a waterway of just people could cruise through the Marina. It is so relaxing to see so much friendly people waving at you, saying hi. All these slips over here, some of the nicest people ever. This is just like so relaxing. Now it's early in the morning, the sun's already kind of overhead where the sun's already setting sooner. But like I said, if you live in the for one, if you live in the where it's sunny all the time, the south or whatever, you could have your boat in all the time. You have such a luxury in life, you know. With Lake Michigan and the seasons change, it gets brutal out here where we don't have that luxury, you know. So we got to get it, you got to time it to when you're going to get it out. Now if you got believe it or not, in downtown Chicago they got marinas that are under the skyscrapers in downtown Chicago that you could leave your boat in year round. They're like not timeshares, like what are they, like condos, but they're marina slip condos, like where you got your slip underneath the big buildings, and they have bubblers under the water that they keep the water bubbling at a certain temperature so it don't freeze underneath there, and you got your water, your electricity year round. So technically you can live in your boat year round in Chicago, but you got to find one of those places and have that kind of money. Okay, so but like I said, this is just uber peaceful. Look at uber peaceful. Also at the end of the season, you see a lot of boats for sale. A lot of boats for sale. They say the best time to buy a boat is at the end of the year. That's the best time to buy a boat, because people don't want to pay their winter storage, so they're selling their boat. But don't just over jump the gun. You could take it out, you could do the motor test, you could do everything else, but unless you check the hull like itself, you will know where the soft spots are, like underneath in the transom over there. You can't check it right now. It kind of got to be lifted out the water so you could check that transom to see if they could infrared it. And that comes, if you got a big boat like this, that comes down to bucks. That comes down to bucks, because there was a 2012 boat when I was buying my boat that failed inspection because it had so much water damage within the hull. So, you know, buying a boat's not that. Now me myself, like with the older boats, I don't want an older boat. Two reasons. One reason, because the windows are different type of material, so they don't keep the heat out or keep the air in, or you know, just like your house windows are different. Not only that, the older materials were super heavy, so I could get like a 25-foot boat right now that's 6,000 pounds, but if I buy an older 25-foot boat, I'm looking at 10,500 pounds, 10,000 pounds. So that's why I prefer something a little bit newer. All right, I got to get this thing pulled in.